What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and Kendrick Perkins is on here dropping gems after this game. I always say the NBA is a league of opportunities, and you see, well, opportunities in the right situation, and you see the Miami Heat players thriving. So many undrafted players thriving. So just because there's 60 picks in the NBA draft, a lot of those picks are taken based off of potential, but a lot of those guys that aren't taken, yeah, they don't have as much upside, but they're ready to come in and produce now. And that's why you will see a lot of guys in the second round or undrafted guys come in and they'll beat out those players that were taken high. You know, prime example, even though he was drafted, Draymond was drafted later than Harrison Barnes, and he's a mainstay in Golden State based off what they needed him to do, and Barnes has been traded around a few times. But you got undrafted players, that's historically done well. You know what I'm saying? And they stay in the league longer because they had that chip on their shoulder. But we're going to check out what Kendrick Perkins had to say, and I'll be back with my commentary.
NBA need to take notice. This is a teaching moment. That's all it is. It's a teaching moment. Because listen, it's not about I got a lottery pick and this guy. No. It's about culture. It's about having the right personnel in there to develop your players. I mean, the Heat got how many undrafted guys? And that don't even matter. They can hoop. It's about getting an opportunity, and they showing that they can hoop at the highest level and outplay guys that so-called supposed to be better than them. Like that all NBA and winning 6-man and all that averaging, man, that junk don't matter. Give these guys some opportunity and watch what happens with some great coaching and some great leadership. That's what we seeing out of the Miami Heat. So when y'all think about throwing y'all whole organization away to go trade for one superstar player, thinking that's going to take you over the hump, or trying to form and go get two superstars and form a super team, you don't have to do that. Go get it out the mud. Because right now, witnessing the Miami Heat straight give Boston a spanking. A straight spanking. Straight from the ground up. Them goons from Dade County. This is a teaching moment. All the GMs need to look themselves in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Build from the ground up. Don't rush nothing. Don't give away your whole organization or your whole everything to go get a star player and all that and into star players. Don't be in a hurry to move around. I know I be on there preaching about going to certain situations and getting up out of certain situations, but this is a prime example for all of us that you could get it out the mud as long as you got great leadership, great culture, and great player development. Carry on. They want to be having these conversations about who's the best player in the league or still in the postseason and not mention Jimmy Buckets. Do you see what the man is doing? You see what the man has done? The man just knocked off the Milwaukee Bucks, went into Milwaukee and had deer meat. If you want to call it venison, damn it, then do that. He's breaking up happy homes. The Knicks about to get a divorce. The Knicks and Julius Randle. They just hired the attorney. Now all of a sudden he going to Boston and steal game one. And it's not just what he's doing. It's how he's doing it. No Tyler Hero, right? Undrafted players, guys that people gave up on, that was developed through that culture and that organization. Shout out to Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley, by the way. Jimmy Butler, 31 points a game, all flats, deep fried, getting it done on both ends of the floor. And if you want him to play 48 minutes, damn it, I'm built to do this. And he's going to tell you about it. So when we start having these conversations, we start talking about who's the best player left in the postseason. When we mention all these other players, and rightfully so, let's not forget to mention Jimmy Buckets. I called it game one. He went in there and stole it. He's comfortable in that arena. I don't know if they're going to win the series, but I'm damn sure not betting against Jimmy like that. I need to see it first. But like I said, make sure y'all just mention that man's name and put some respect on it when we talk about the best players still playing in the postseason. Because Jimmy right up there with the best of them. Carry on.
one thing I like to say when I'm looking at the roster needs and what a team needs, okay, you got a couple of guys that may get 15 or more shots a night. And then you have other guys that have to play off of them. So they're not going to get as many isolation opportunities or touches. They if they do get touches, it'll be like offensive rebounds. They'll get tip-ins, 50-50 balls, find loose change, different things like that if they're able to get that many shots. But shots that they'll actually get playing off of a star is probably going to be in that 4 to 8 range. And so you're going to get minimal opportunities, and you have to maximize those, especially if you are a shooter from the perimeter. And you look at a lot of these one and done type players that come out with all the hoopla, they still have, not all of them, but a vast majority of them still have weaknesses, whether it's their conditioning, their physique, or their ability to knock down shots consistently from the perimeter, or on defense, whatever the case may be. But you look at guys like Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, all those guys that were in college for so long, if you need them to knock down open shots, they can do that at a high clip. Seeing guys like Gabe Vincent, you're seeing all these players being a better fit than a lot of guys with hype. And that's what I would say to any organization looking at talent. Obviously, you take the talent in the draft, but there's so many guys that you'll be able to get, because you have to roll the dice on the potential in case it works out. But undrafted free agency, second round, all these players, you need to take a hard look at them in summer league and when they're showcasing their ability, because that may just be what your team is missing sometimes. And you could have something sitting over there on the bench that could be helping you more. This really doesn't bode well for Tyler Hero, because he gets some isolation opportunities, but the team, like, it would be taken away from Gabe Vincent's minutes, some of his minutes. It'd be taken away from some of Strus's minutes. Duncan Robinson had fell out the rotation, so he's playing out of necessity again. And I don't know if they have the same success against the Knicks and their first couple series if Hero is on the floor. You just never know how that stuff's going to work out. But, these guys are minimal dribbles, and Duncan Robinson has been doing a great job on his backdoor cuts. Him and Bam have chemistry and synergy on that backdoor play, because Bam's found him a good handful of times in the last couple of games for some easy layups. And so I say that to say someone like Duncan Robinson, who was buried at the bottom of the bench, pretty much after their finals run, has came back, and he's gotten inconsistent playing time for, it seems like, since the bubble to me. But he's back, and he's been an integral piece of their run. And so I look at Tyler Hero and I'm like, man, what if they go on and win the whole thing? Because it's always hard to bring players back when you win a title without them, because it's like, where do you fit in? And you'll always be looked at as that player that's getting all this money that they won without. He's going to basically, like, looking at Hero, he's going to come back to a Carson Wentz Eagles type situation if they do indeed get to the final and win the championship. But yeah, Jimmy has to be mentioned with the very best in the game right now, man. It's too much evidence of him elevating his play in the postseason, and that's how it should be. He's not chasing stats. He's not chasing triple doubles. He's not chasing all these other things. He's elevating his play when it's required in the postseason, to try to get the ultimate goal accomplished. And I like Jimmy's ascension because it is natural, and he's not forcing celebrity on people. He's just doing it with his play, and everybody's taking notice. I like the organic nature of it, man. But look, don't forget to like, share, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm out. Peace.